Welcome back to my channel. This is a look that I filmed back in October for Halloween. I finally put it together in a video that I think and hope that you guys are really gonna like. It's a look that I came up with that I'm actually pretty proud of. I haven't done special effects makeup in a very long time, so it was really exciting for me to finally try it again, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It had been a very, very long time since I had used any kind of liquid latex or anything, especially layering liquid latex to create a separate piece that I would actually be using as a prop, essentially. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. And I can't wait to do some more looks for you guys. All of the products that I used for this look will be listed in the video, as well as can be found in the description box below. Please let me know what you thought of this look in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you thought. Let's get to it. I first began by tracing out my outline using the Nye Eyebrow pencil in medium brown, creating my Masquerade mask shape. And then because I have some pretty full eyebrows, I wanted to be sure to block those out using a washable glue stick, as liquid latex will definitely rip them off, so you have to be very careful. And I used a little brush just to make sure that every hair was patted down. And watching The Office while doing this resulted in a few laughs. I then set the glue using a Marcelle translucent powder. This is when I began doing my outline for my Masquerade mask, which I would then be removing from my face. To do this, I began using liquid latex, following the outline of my shape first and gradually filling it in. I did it in very small increments, as this liquid latex was from a Halloween store, which resulted in it being quite high in ammonia, so as you'll see, I do squint a little bit. So I wanted to be sure that I took it very slow and did very little bits at a time, just to make sure it didn't ever leak or anything like that. I applied it using a little sponge on the end of a stick and did it very lightly in little pats. I then let that first layer dry. Little dance break in between drying sessions, and then started on layer 2. I did about 3 or 4 layers of this step to make sure that it was thick enough when removed that it wouldn't rip. To remove it, I put a little bit of translucent powder on a stiff brush, starting at the edges, slowly making my way towards the center. Next step, using cotton balls, I pulled them apart into very little strips just to have them ready. I also reblocked my brows just to protect them from any additional liquid latex I will be placing around my outline. Next was the part of the look that is left on the face, so the serrated edge, as though the Masquerade mask was cut and removed from my face. So to achieve this, I started by once again doing very small bits at a time, as you do not want the latex to dry on you, otherwise your cotton will not stick. So I did little pieces at a time, first laying down a layer of latex, then a little tiny piece of cotton, and then going over top of that cotton with a little bit more latex. That's what's going to give it that fleshy look, and that's what's going to make it not look like a fuzzy piece of cotton on your face. And as I went along, I made sure to kind of lift it and pull it a little bit. If you have some pieces loose and falling off, that's okay. You don't want it to look perfect, as it is supposed to look like it was cut skin. You also want to be sure that when you get to the areas close to the hairline, that you pull your hair back. And here's where I realized the look is a lot closer to the hairline than I thought, so I go over the hairline with glue. I also went along the outer edges with a thin layer of latex, trying to blend it into my skin. However, I do believe I could have done a little bit more. Once that's done and it is completely 100% dry, you are ready to paint. And that is where my camera died. Painting was fairly simple though. All I did was go along the outer edges with Nye Cream Foundation in Ultra Beige, filled in the center with different blends of dark red, bright red, and black with a Kryolan Supracolor palette, and then added some Nye Stage Blood. Once I got my camera back on, I applied mascara. I then decided that my skin was looking a little too flat, so I just went in along the cheekbones with MAC blush in Sweet as Cocoa. Finally, I do my lips using Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in Bawse. And as I'm applying Stage Blood to my blush piece, The Office decides to really crack me up. And this was the final look. I'm pretty impressed with my efforts, I gotta say. My hands are pretty gross. My mask turned out pretty good for a first time effort. You can see it has like the little nose ridge kind of indent thing, and it fits in the little hole pretty damn good. I've gotta say I'm pretty impressed with this as well. This part of the makeup turned out pretty cool. I think it looks like my skin literally peeled off. What would I do different? Well, I would probably try and make this on a life cast or some sort of thing, just because it was a lot to like put it on my face, get off my face, put it on my face, you know. I probably would have made it easier to do the serrated edges too. Those didn't quite turn out as I had hoped. They're not quite as ripped skin looking as I had hoped they would look, but I mean, it's pretty decent. I think it looks somewhat like it was ripped off, like I've got some lift edges and stuff. Pretty decent, I suppose, but for a first effort at trying something a little more intense than I used to, and to make like a fake face piece, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I definitely will be trying to do more of this stuff in the future because that was awesome. It only really took me about 2 hours. That's not bad. I thought it would be a lot longer than that. So this is my attempt at a masquerade mask gore Halloween costume kind of thing. I don't know, that's pretty cool to me. It almost looks like I'm pretty impressed, just gotta say. But there you have it. I hope that this helps some noobs like myself out there to give it a shot if you want to kind of help show them how to do something that me as a first timer can achieve. So if I can do it, damn it, so can you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon in attempting my first gore makeup video. I hope to see you around for more. Thank you again for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and have a very great and safe Halloween. Somebody just rang my doorbell. I don't know what it's about, but I'm like, I can't answer the door like this. You go be like, all right, ready? It's just latex. It should peel off just fine. Here, baby hair. Yeah, boy. This side accidentally caught into some hair, so I'm like, ew. Okay, that wasn't so bad.